of me. I'm back. Okay. Test. Test the quality of... Cool. All right. Well, I can't really use it in the daylight. Or I can't really use it with all the lights on. Y'all can't see it too well, huh? When the lights are on, it's just not very impressive. That's a bummer. I still think it looks cool. Wish you could tell more what it was. If I wasn't mistaken, there was a tank under it. I can feel it like a tank. I gotta look to see how it looked in the picture, because I think it was way more apparent that it was a tank. But now it's just like a straight up explosion. That's cool. I think I turned it off. I hope I turned it off. All right. Next on the agenda, we got to figure out our Space Marine list. No, the shelves they're straight up out of stock. I bought all the ones I could. I think some of them come back in stock. When did they say? Friday? What is, like Friday or Thursday? One of those. We finally got some updates on Joe's Necron army. They are being worked on. They are in fact being worked on. I was a little concerned because the guy painting them stopped replying to me. I really need to work with a professional company, and I'm working on something now. So we will have that taken care of in the future. But God, let me see if I can get this on the screen. Patreon units are after everything is done, so there's no rush on that. We'll get to that. Gotta make sure all this is done. First, we need to figure out what is in the army. That's pretty important, wouldn't you think? So let's see if I can go to PC screen. So when I do this, you just see the PC screen, right? So I can go to OJ, you see me? Or AJ, you see me? Yep, okay. Let me go ahead and open my Space Marine document here. Now while I do this, unfortunately I just have one screen, the TV. So I'm not going to be able to see you guys while I put that. Well, I'm going to have to do Alt-Tab because I need to be able to see what you're saying. Actually, I got my phone. All right, let me get my phone. Okay, I can see chat again now. And turn that off. Make this real low, like 120, yeah. Okay. Type something. This shit is a lot more complicated than I thought. Tell you what, the building of your army. I'm gonna go chat only. No, I should stay on 120. Okay, Minecraft. Hello, Breezy, Bree. Hey, Anthony. Something. Howdy, Late Night Joe. Howdy. When will you guys actually start playing, or is it started already? We will be playing in the future. Something. See what kind of delay is on that. I'm gonna set the phone down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7-second delay. All right. So here's what I got so far. See this? So when you're building your army, first you got to figure out what kind of theme you're doing, and a good way to start with the theme is chapter tactics. Are you going to be one of the founding chapters? Are you a successor chapter? Well, we're definitely a successor chapter, but do we take after some of the chapter styles of Flippy, is that real time? Did you just get 5 subs? I see that on my phone. Did you get 5 subs? Thank you, man. I think that's... Yeah, that's not from before, that's from now. Appreciate that. Okay, so first things first is we should probably pick our style. So I've been real conflicted. We can go pure close combat. We can go pure shooty. We can go heavy armor. And we can go a nice mix. Now, the arguments for this stuff, pure close combat. Well, I own a Blood Angels army. And if y'all don't know, my Blood Angels army is like geared for close combat quite a bit. I've got like assault marines, I've got sanguinian guard, they're just fucking rip your throat out, close combat, and not a lot about shooting. So what I was thinking is, I already have an army like that, and while I think the Angry Army does fit that, I think that because I already own an army that does that purely, it might be a little boring to then just repeat that same thing, basically making a second Space Marine army that plays exactly the same way. So that's my thought process. It's a shame too, because if I didn't buy any Blood Angels, or I didn't own any Blood Angels, then maybe I would have just gone pure close combat. Now, pure shooty, from what I've seen in 9th edition, you maybe, I don't know if that's going to be effective, but it certainly is an option. It certainly is different from my Blood Angels army, so it's different from what I own, right? Heavy armor, what I mean here is going lots of Space Marine tanks, and I already have a army that does tanks. See, I've got, you know, Chimeras, I've got Lehman Russes, and I've got Bane Blades, I've got Hydras. I've already got a heavy armor, heavy tank-based army in the Imperial Guard. So you see my line of thinking there? I've already got that army. And Cat vs. the Game makes a good point. It's better now you can shoot in combat. No, that's not true. When you're locked in close combat, you can't shoot. Are you talking about vehicles? If vehicles are in close combat, they can shoot now. That's one thing. But, you know, so I've got an Imperial Guard army, and I kind of think that already that this is kind of what they do. So I'm thinking we should do this, a nice mix, but maybe geared towards more shooty. But here's the thing, do we want to win a lot? The thing that racks my brain is, do I just want to crush everyone when we play this game? Because we can build an army like that. I can copy a tournament list or something and just absolutely destroy everybody. I can already see Alex like, oh my God, this game, like constantly, you know, critiquing the game and complaining about it being unbalanced. And I can see Joe maybe just having his spirits crushed and him not really liking it. It's like, this is fucking stupid shit. Like, I can't do anything against you. There's that concern, you know, that Alex can be like, this is fucking broken. And Joe is like, this is not fun. OJ getting wiped out in the first 5 minutes, right? Frustrate Alex. Although that would be funny, I don't think it's really going to bother either of them because they're in the army. Like, Alex is our librarian. Joe is going to be the chaplain, we've decided. I'm the chapter master. So I would think that we would want the army to just fucking crush. I'm not going to copy a tournament list, but I'm going to make an army. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to make an army that I think will not lose. Never lose. I don't want to lose. So but I understand what you're saying when you get tabled in turn 1 or 2, you never want to play Warhammer again. So I think like when I first played Joe, I shouldn't use the angry Marines against him. I should use the, you know, my Imperial Guard or my Blood Angels or my Thousand Sons, something a little different. So I'm not going to build a tournament army. I'm going to build what I think would be fun to use and play. Right, Brethren Aim. That's probably the best. Make it fair and fun, but good. I think I can make we can, like, since we have multiple armies, we can make other matches fair and fun. But when you play the fucking Angry Army Marines, like the custom Angry Joe show chapter, that should be a fucking challenge. So my question is, I don't think any of you, I don't know, are any of you in chat 9th edition players? Has anybody in chat actually got some 9th edition games in? I would love to get maybe even the battle report channels up in here so they can tell me what's competitive and what's not. I don't think, since the game is so new, these books just really came out. It's, how do you even play this? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out. So here's what I have so far then on my own. So I still haven't kind of figured out my chapter tactics. We kind of need to figure out the chapter tactics. I do have a set of stratagems I was looking at. So this is my first pass. Of looking at things. You have to get your chapter tactics, your stratagems, and your army list to sync up with each other. Because the stratagems can fire off some additional abilities, and you're going to have fewer stratagems to choose from if you don't have the units that those stratagems play or buff. These are basically buffs. So if you have Terminators, you can use Fury of the First. And that's very powerful. You know, if you have an Apothecary, you can use Combat Revival, I think. If you have Dreadnoughts, you can use the Wisdom of the Ancients. I don't know why that says Wisconsin of the Ancients, the fucking auto. I'm so sick of autocorrect. If you have degrading vehicles that have different stats according to how much they're damaged, you would use Power of the Spirit to ignore that. You know? So it's pretty fucking complicated. It's pretty elaborate. This is 40K, honestly. It's not for beginners. I mean, it is for beginners, but they're you know, all the material on YouTube and other people who play, you're definitely going to gain benefit if you read through stuff and be coached through it. It's definitely gotten more complex since I played in 2nd edition, 3rd edition, 4th edition. So here's what I have so far. Let me just show you what I got so far. So I have a battalion detachment. Okay. Let me make sure that's right. This is important because it's like what is allowed in your list. So a battalion detachment So I have a battalion detachment. There's a patrol detachment, a battalion detachment, a brigade detachment, a vanguard detachment, a spearhead detachment, an outrider detachment, a supreme command detachment, a super heavy detachment, a super heavy auxiliary detachment, and a fortification network, and an auxiliary support detachment. So I've chosen a battalion detachment. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that I can have 2 to 3 headquarter units. I cannot have more than 3 headquarter units. I must have at least 3 troop choices and no more than 6 troop choices. I can have up to 6 elites. I can have up to 3 fast attacks. I can have up to 3 heavy supports, and I can have up to 3 flyers. Why did I choose command battalion detachment? Because I wanted at least 3 HQs. I was kind of thinking about having more HQs, but it costs more command points, which will give me fewer command points to play with during the game. No, it won't, because I get +4 command points if your warlord is a part of the detachment, so I get it refunded. So shit, there's no difference between the battalion and the brigade. The brigade, the difference is you must take 3, you must take 6, you must take 3, you must take 3, you must take 3. I don't think I have enough to take 6. 40K doesn't suck, you suck. And battalion, you gotta take 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a battalion. That is set in stone. So, as my battalion detachment, I'm taking a Primaris captain. This is me. So remember, I gotta get, I want 3. I need 2. I get 3. I'm gonna take a Primaris captain. There's 1. I'm gonna take a Primaris librarian. This is Alex. That's 2. And I'm gonna take a Primaris chaplain. That's, no, yeah. I'm gonna take a Primaris chaplain on a bike. That's gonna be other Joe. So there are my 3 headquarters. So a Primaris captain with chapter master ability and a storm shield is gonna be 135 points. A Primaris librarian with the chief librarian upgrade is 115 points. A Primaris chaplain on a bike is 115 points, and he's not upgraded. I have the capability to make him upgraded like I upgraded me and Alex, but I didn't want to get too expensive on the points, and I think the Primaris chaplain is fine without the upgrade. So just in my HQ, I'm looking at 365 points. I have to spend 2,000 points, so we've got a number of points left. So right now, we only have 2 troops. I think 2 troops is illegal. I think 2 troops might be illegal. We're gonna go back to the book. I need at least 3 troops. So my list is illegal right now. But if I want to keep things like it is, I'm gonna have to split this into 2 squads. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4 heavy intercessors, 1 sergeant with executor bolt rifles, and 1 executor heavy rifle. And then I'm gonna go 4 heavy intercessors with 1 sergeant and executor bolt rifles and 1 heavy bolter. That, I think, should still be the same point cost. We're gonna double check everything. So, troops, heavy intercessor squad. 10 models, 5 models are 28 points each. Heavy an executor heavy bolter is plus 10 points. So 5 times 28. Chat, can you do that for me? $140. Okay, 140 plus 10. That's 150. So we are right. So this is, both of them are 300 exactly, but we'll just for the sake of getting everything correct and incremental, we'll do 150 for that one and 150 for that one, right? So now 210 for the 9 intercessors with 1 sergeant and 2 grenade launchers, and 300 for the 2 squads of heavy intercessors with sergeants, executor bolt rifles, and executor heavy bolters. That's going to equal 510. So do 510 plus 365, that's 875. My math check out? Good. I need to grab something from downstairs. I'll be right back. Sorry. Something was stuck in my teeth. I couldn't stand it. All right. So we're up to 875. Right? We're doing good. We're getting there, boys. Building the angry army together. Okay. So now we'll go to elites. Well, if we come back over here, we can see How many elites can we have? We can have up to 6 elites. Okay, gotta remember that. So coming back to my army, I have 3 elites right now. So that's legal. But I think I wanted to add an apothecary. Hopefully apothecary is an elite and not an HQ. Yes. Alright. He's not in the HQ. He's not in the troops. There he is. Primus Apothecary. He's in the elite. Right here. So. We're going to see what he says. In addition to battlefield surgery, it is the apothecary's duty to recover the gene seed of the fallen and thus preserve the chapter for later generations. For this task, the Primaris Apothecary is equipped to bring peace to those too wounded to save and efficiently extract their previous progenoid genes, or progenoid glands. So he's a 6 movement, 3 weapon skill, 3 ballistic skill, 4 strength, 4 toughness, 5 wounds, 4 attacks, 8 leadership. But he's not necessarily all that strong. He's got the Absolver bolt pistol, 18 inches, 5, 1, -1 AP, 5 strength, 2 damage. That's not bad. The Reductor pistol, it was only a 3 range. That's pathetic. Like, you're going to get charged and killed. But in a small strength 4, but AP -4, fuck, that's armor piercing like a mofo and 2 damage. But really, why you would pick up an apothecary is for these 2 abilities exclusively. Combat restoratives. At the end of your movement phase, this model can heal 1 friendly chapter infantry or chapter biker. We would replace chapter with Angry Army. So Angry Army infantry or Angry Army biker model, who is within 3. That model regains D3 lost wounds. Each model can only be healed once per turn. Narthexium. Aura. While a friendly Angry Army infantry or Angry Army biker unit is within 3 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit would lose a wound, roll 1d6 on a d6. That wound is not lost. So I don't know, man. He has to be within fucking 3 inches. So you have to literally. Three inches of the unit. Let's say this was the apothecary. What the fuck? He'd basically just have to move with the squad. You know, he's not a part of the squad, but you can move him with the squad. I think that's how that's supposed to work. I wanted OJ to be the apothecary at first, but I think he wants to be, you know, the chaplain. He wants to be something more badass than something more healing, but I don't know. You know, I don't know who would be the medic in his place. Anyways, that's how it would work. So I guess, so he's really can only be attached to 1 squad at a time. And I'm not sure if that's worth it. Because now how you make it worth it is if you upgrade your apothecary character into, and you upgrade that character into a chief apothecary. Now, a chief apothecary, if we made whoever the apothecary is a chief apothecary, they would each time this warlord uses its combat restoratives. Wait, does he have to be a warlord? Okay, Chief Apothecary model gains the following ability. Chief Apothecary. At the end of your movement phase, this model can use its combat restoratives ability twice instead of once. So he can heal 2 people in a unit. I don't understand how many warlords you can have in... Do they really count as a warlord? I thought you can only have 1 warlord per army. But then when you upgrade a character, these upgraded characters, they don't actually count as a warlord. Fuck. That's gonna be an issue, because it says here, selfless healer. Each time this warlord uses its combat restoratives ability, the model being healed regains up to 3 lost wounds instead of a D3, meaning that he doesn't even have to roll a dice. He automatically gets the best, you know, wounds. Each time this warlord is selected to return a destroyed model to a unit by using the combat revival, that stratagem costs 0 points. I thought there was one that, like, revived it to full health. Wasn't there one that revived it to full health? Because what I thought there was, like, there's gonna be this cheese where you can put an apothecary on a bike. You can have an apothecary fully heal a bike. I think you combine it with combat revival. Yeah, you combine it with the combat revival stratagem. So remember, stratagems are these like additional buffs. So if we look for the combat revival, here it is. It says, with decades of experience, the apothecary company works at high speed to return wounded brothers to play. This stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select 1 apothecary from your army and then select 1 friendly infantry or biker unit that is not at its starting strength and is within 3 inches of the apothecary. One of the selected unit's destroyed models is returned to its unit with full wounds remaining. Full wounds remaining. You don't even have to roll, and you don't need a chief apothecary for that. Yeah, so that's how I would do it. Now, in order to take most advantage of that, we have to look what are the infantry units with the most wounds, so you can get the most value back. So your infantry is intercessors, assault intercessors, heavy intercessors, infiltrators, incursors, tactical, and that's it. So intercessors are 2 and 2 wounds, assault 2 and 2, heavy 3 and 3, so you're getting a lot of benefit there. So for example, when you return somebody to battle, if he's following around an intercessor squad, I would spend 1 CP and he would restore 1 model. If he was a chief apothecary, he would restore 2 models. And then I would use 1 CP. 1 model would be restored with a D3, but the second model, because I used the stratagem, would be restored with at full health at 3. So that's not... 3 is great. I mean, you're essentially healing 2 fucking heavy intercessors with in this example, other Joe. I keep wanting him to be the apothecary, but I don't think he wants to be it. So it's like, if I was following around a squad of 5, let's just pretend these are heavy intercessors, 2 would go down. Then I would take the stratagem. I would take the stratagem. I then roll the dice. I got a 5. So that is, I would restore 3 wounds. And that guy, and then the stratagem, I would spend 1 CP and bring this guy back to full health. I think that's how it works. Or I think that first one where the apothecary is doing it, he has to... That's how it works. Okay, I think that's how it works. Let me go back and read apothecary. We're learning. And then we'll go to see what it's most effective. Can heal 1 friendly unit. It doesn't say you can bring him back from the dead. So in that little case, if I have an apothecary that's completely unmodified, I can't actually do what I did. One of them would have to be hurt, but not dead. I could bring that person back to full health with that roll of 3. And 1 of the wounds would be wasted because you can't get him up over his original wounds. And then with the stratagem, 1 command point, I can bring back 1 of the Marines from death. Because the stratagem says, select that, not at starting strength. 1 of the selected unit destroyed models comes back. Okay, now we understand. If we had the Chief Apothecary, he could use his abilities twice, but I don't need him to use his abilities twice. Okay, but moving on, 3 so far is the highest value I can get out of it. But if you look in the elites, or if you look for the bikers, because that's infantry, right? What's technically infantry? Oh, actually, there's more infantry. Primaris Ancients. They have 5 wounds. Blade Guard Ancients have 5 wounds. Terminators are infantry too? Oh my god. I think the apothecary would be doing work. Blade Guards have 3. 2 from veterans. Reavers, aggressors. Aggressors have 3. Terminator, Assault have 3. So mostly 3 until you get to the bikes. The only bike I'm interested in is the Outriders. So those have 4 wounds. So I can bring back a 4 wound 1 to full health if that biker squad is not wiped completely when it takes damage. What's busted right now is this Invader ATV is technically a biker, and he has 8 wounds. So you can spend 1 CP and have the Apothecary bring back this ATV to a full 8 wounds. That's broken, and everybody thinks it's gonna get FAQ'd. So I'm not even gonna, I don't even like the model, the way it looks. I'm not gonna include one of those in my army. But could you imagine 3 Invader ATVs at 8 wounds apiece and bringing back, you know, them ATVs at full health? That's just straight broken. Okay, so the elites. I'll take 1 Dreadnought, 4 Assault Terminators, and 1 Terminator Sergeant with Thunderhammers and Shields. Then here's the suspect pick. I went with another close combat. And I went with 3 Bike Outriders. That's also suspect too. I don't know if I actually want to include motorcycle guys. Without an apothecary. Right now there's no apothecary in there, and I'm already over by 100 points. I hear the Eradicators are one of the best units in the game, so I want to include 3 of them. In fact, I really want to include 4 of them, or 2 squads of 3 of them. But they're just as much as a Predator tank, and I think it would look cool to have 2 Predator tanks, or 2 tanks, 1 a Gladiator Reaper with all options, and 1 a Predator. So even if the enemy picks one of my tanks to focus all his fire because it's big and huge and he's scared of it, you're going to be leaving alone a tank. But are 3 Eradicators with multi-meltas better than or as good as a Predator Annihilator? That's a question we need to answer right now. Because we can get 6 Eradicators with 1 multi-melta instead of the Predator Annihilator. So I'm going to research that in the book. I'm going to see whether the Blade Guard veterans are a worthwhile choice. Their models look so fucking cool. They just recently came out. But Terminators have been buffed, so buffed, because not only do they warp into battle anywhere, and since 9th edition is so much about objective holding and grabbing objectives and then holding them, it might be better to replace those 6 Blade Guard veterans with another Terminator squad that can jump in anywhere, not within 9 of the enemy. And, you know, and maybe that Terminator squad is the shooty variety. So I have a shooty variety, and I have an assault variety, and I hold back both of these units in reserve and deploy them where they would be most effective. See what I'm saying? That's two squads popping in. Blade Guard are awesome, even better than the Terminators in my opinion. Can you explain why? Animated battles, that's the goal. Somewhat animated, because obviously you can't really do animated Warhammer battles. I'm not an animator, but I can get something close to it. So here, I'm gonna compare 3 Eradicators, and you guys are gonna help me do this, okay? So you're my calculator, all right? Okay, I want you to do this. 3 Eradicators. One of them. One of them is a sergeant. So 3 Eradicators at 3 wounds each. That's 9 wounds. With a save roll of 3+. So they're pretty survivable, right? How much? And their toughness is 5. How does that compare to the Predator Annihilator? Well, the Predator Annihilator, instead of 9 wounds is 11 wounds. 9, 10, 11. So 2 more wounds, not an incredible difference. Its save value is 3+, so the save value is exactly the same. But here's the difference, is that its toughness is 7, the Predator Annihilator. So it's harder to actually wound than the Exterminators. So you can definitely tell that the Predator Annihilator is definitely tougher for the same price. However, how much damage does it output? Do I want toughness or do I want pure damage output? Well, with the Eradicators, I've got Heavy Melter Rifle at D6 plus 2. D6 plus 4 if it's at half range. So at 12 inches, let's do this now. So let's just say that my Eradicators, I've got 3 Eradicators, and they roll up on Joe's Necrons, and they're within 12 inches, which is going to give them the most shots, or give them the greatest combat potential. 3 D6s plus 4 to each of those. So that was a bad roll. Let's just agree that this dice is cocked. Fuck. So that's 5 plus 4, that's 9 shots. Plus 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 9, 15. Another 6, that's 21 shots. 21 shots at strength 8, armor piercing 4. God damn, 21 armor piercing 4 shots. So remember that, chat. And I don't think that's it. They also have something called total obliteration. In each shooting phase, each time this unit is selected to shoot, if it has not advanced this turn, it can unleash total obliteration. If it does, choose one enemy unit. Models in this unit can shoot twice in this phase, but they can only make attacks against that target, that enemy unit. Shooting twice? The D6 is damage per shot, not number of shots. Oh, you're right. I fucked that up. Okay, hold on. So that would have been damage. For example, if I got all 3 to hit, we would have done 21 damage, right? So that's why, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Just chair just fall apart. Fuck. Thing came off. All right. Anyways, so 21 damage, and that's a strength 8. So it's more than likely hitting on 2s and above, right? How do you hit something? Yeah. Okay. Now, for example, compare that with the Predator. So it would shoot twice. So let's shoot twice. Guys, stop telling me to go to bed. Fuck. I gotta get this done. All right, so las cannon, twin las cannon is heavy 2, so just 2 shots. and then D6 damage. So compare that with the las cannon with D6 damage, where I can only really, goddamn, fuck this piece of shit. Well, that's damn good too. That's 9. Well, that's 9 damage. But that's nowhere near the damage output of 3 eliminators, guys. And remember, I can bring the apothecary over here. And revive an eliminator. Eliminators are really good. Is there like some rule against keeping squads like kind of close together so that I have an apothecary next to 2 squads of eliminators? Are like squads supposed to stay away from each other? I don't think so. I don't think there's any restriction on that. You can do it. What is 2 inches? You have to keep them 2 inches apart. Is that in the rules? Okay. So I'm leaning towards two squads of eradicators instead of 1 squad and 1 predator. Yeah, I know unit coherency is 2. I'm talking about 2 separate units right next to each other. Can they be right next to each other? They can be touching bases. Okay. So that kind of makes that apothecary a little more, maybe more appealing. Because if the enemy doesn't start shooting that apothecary and he's kind of a distraction, I can get some of them back as long as the enemy doesn't completely wipe the unit in one go. Which is possible. They can definitely wipe the entire Eradicator unit. It's not going to be easy, but it's not exactly super tough. Yeah, I remember the transhuman. Yeah, there's just so much benefit. Comp Killer, I feel like vehicles are just not cool. They're not cool anymore. There's like no point in taking. So if you don't know transhuman physiology, it's another stratagem, remember, another way to buff. The fuck are you talking about? So hold on, let's look at that stratagem. Transhuman physiology. Physiology. Use this stratagem in any phase. When a Primaris unit from your army is selected as the target of the attack until the phase, each time the attack is made against that unit, an unmodified wound roll of 1 through 3 for that attack fails, irrespective of any abilities that the weapon or the model making the attack may have. If that unit contains 5 or fewer models, this stratagem costs 1. Oh my god. Look up the Astratus Super Heavy new favorite tank from Forge Wolf for Space Marine. You'll like tanks again. What's that tank called? Guys, I'm switching. I'm not doing a fucking Predator tank. I'm going 3 more Eradicators. Remember, we want this army to be like a fucking crazy damage dealing fucking army. Now, I have to shoot first. I have to fucking shoot first. Eradicators with total obliteration means I can shoot twice. The Predator cannot shoot twice. I can use transhuman physiology to make it a lot harder to kill them. I can use the apothecary to heal them. Nasa, are you like having a conversation with yourself, bro? I don't understand any of the things that is coming out of your mouth. Are we in agreement, chat? It's just so cool to have 2 fucking tanks on the table instead of just one. Because with one, then I feel like Other Joe and Alex are all going to be trying to pour in their fire onto that gladiator to kill it because it looks so intimidating. But if they do, then I'll punish them. Oh, I mean Gladiator Reaper. And then but if they do, then I'll punish them with the 2 squads of Eradicators. Yeah? You're trying to understand, okay. It's the more aggressive play. Seems like could use the tank as a distraction. Yeah. You can't really use an Eradicator as a distraction because they're just like, oh fuck, what the fuck is that? Yeah, it's tough. But you know what? I can always buy a Predator later and swap it out. We're going for, remember, we wanted to try to go for shooty, right? We wanted to go for overpowered shooty. So let's do it. We're gonna do it. So I got 3 heavy support, 3 Eradicators with 1 multi-melter, 3 Eradicators with 1 multi-melter, 1 Gladiator Reaper with all the options. It's actually 2 Eradicators and 1 Sergeant, I think. Yep. And I can split the firepower a lot evenly. Look the battlefield from orbit. Yeah, that sounds good. I wish I could just do that. Okay, so let's go back over here. I'm thinking that now we need to figure out Terminators versus the Blade Guard. So do we get 4 Terminator shooty or 4 Terminator assaults? We know 4 Terminator assaults are going to cost us 180. Or a squad of Terminators. I just think the assault Terminators are going to be better than the shooty Terminators. But we have to compare them to the Blade Guard. The Blade Guard are going to cost us 210 for 6. Here's the Blade Guard. Now, the thing about the Blade Guard is they're so fucking cool. Like, they're models. And I'm getting some expert painters to paint these. So those Blade Guard, they just look way cooler than the Terminators. There's no doubting that, at least in my opinion. So, I mean, there's the conflicting ideas. Do we want to build the list to smash your fucking face in? Or do we want to build the list to just be cool? So you do the math, chat. Okay, so we got 1 Blade Guard veteran, 5 Blade Guard veterans, 1 Blade Guard veteran sergeant. That's 6 models. 6 times 3 is 18 wounds. If I went with Terminators, it would be 5 Terminators, 3 wounds each. That's 15 wounds. So you have more wounds with the Blade Guard than you do the Terminators. But the Terminators have a 2+ save. The Blade Guard have a 3+ save. So the Terminators are tougher. The Terminators are harder to remove. They're 1 inch slower. Blade Guard have a 4+ invulnerable. Terminators have a 4+ invulnerable. And add 1 arm to the armor saving throws, meaning these Blade Guards are actually 2+. They're Terminators. And the Terminators have a 1+ save. I don't know how, I don't understand a 1+ save. Don't you automatically succeed, so nothing can ever kill them? I showed the color on a video on our YouTube. Go look up on YouTube, Angry Joe Starts a Space Marine chapter. You can find the color scheme on about halfway into that video. It's like the Terminators are going to do more damage. We got to go with Terminators. As cool as Blade Guard look, I think I gotta go with Terminators because Terminators have the 1+ save. Blade Guard have the 2+ save. Blade Guard only have 2 more attacks, or no, 3 more attacks. But their attacks are weaker. Blade Guard has a mastercrafted power sword, which is +1 strength. The strength of their mastercrafted power sword is only 5. The strength of the Terminator assault weapon is ×2 of 4. So it's a strength 8 weapon, meaning I'm gonna be fucking rolling 2s to wound. A strength 5 weapon means I'm probably gonna be rolling, you know, 3s to wound, 4s to wound, something like that. So Terminators are definitely stronger. And the Mastercrafted Sword does 2 damage. The Thunder Hammer does 3 damage. Oh, but you know what? Each time an attack is made with this weapon, subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll. But that's fine, because you're already doing your weapon skill. Your weapon skill is 3+. Does that mean Terminators, Assault Terminators only hit on 4+? Oh, fuck. That's a huge weakness that we just discovered. Does anybody play with Terminators? That means the Terminator Thunderhammers only hit. That -1 is huge. That's how they balance those Terminators, because otherwise there'd be no point in picking Blade Guard. So Terminators, because their weapon skill is 3, effectively 3, I would have missed. I would have hit with 2. I would have hit with 3. That's not too bad. I would have only hit with 1 because I rolled a 3. That would be out because that would be a 2. We're not going to use the yellow scheme. We're going to use the black and red. So looking at the blade guard, what would it be there? They're hitting on 3s instead of 4s. Yeah, fuck. Is there a way to buff Terminators and make them lose this penalty to the Warhammer? If I can cheat, if I can fucking boost, and I know there's a way to do it. I know there's a way to do it. I think it's in what chapter we pick. White Scars, no to hit penalty when advancing with assault weapons, can charge after advancing or falling back. Blood Angels, add 1 to advance and charge rolls. Charge intervent, add 1 to the wound roll. No, we need a hit roll. Crimson Fist, range attack, add 1 to hit roll. So that'll do it, but that's for a ranged attack. Iron Hands, no. No. It might be one of the chapters I'm not looking at. It might be one of the stratagems. Let me look at all the stratagem and see if there's a way to get rid of that -1. Yeah, Thunderhammers. I'm trying to get over the Thunderhammers -1. Here it is. Fury of the First. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. When a unit from your army is selected to shoot or fight, or in the fight phase, when it's selected to fight, that each time a Terminator model and that unit makes an attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. So it's gonna cost me 1 CP to do it. We found it. Fury of the First. So when I really need to fucking hit, Dark Angels? Let me check that Dark Angel thing you're talking about here. Dark Angels. Each time a model with this tactic makes an attack, unless that model's unit has moved this turn, add 1 to the attack hit roll. So yeah, they could do it too, but I would have to like not move, but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna port in my Terminators and I'm gonna immediately charge and move them. So that Dark Angels thing would be invalid. Blade Guard are better for hordes, and if you bring too many hard damage, you know, like really hard hitting damage and low attack units, you lose. But did you hear what I had? I have like fucking 2 squads of eliminators. Those are shitting out bullets. And let me show you this. So the reason why I'm doing that, don't forget, if I'm going up against a horde, not only do I have my Space Marines, but you guys haven't even seen my Gladiator Reaper. Look at what my Gladiator Reaper does. When the cannons of the Gladiator Reaper spin to full pitch, the droning makes the teeth of all nearby itch with the intensity of the vibrations. Within seconds, thousands of spent castings pour over the battle tank's armored hide as enemies are erased from existence by the storm of fire. A Gladiator Reaper is equipped with 2 Tempest bolters and a twin heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. What is the twin Gatling cannon? It's 24 dice. At a strength 6, armor piercing 1 damage. 24 fucking dice. That is my horde killer. So look, I dump all this out. I still do not have enough dice to fire once with my 24. I've got what, 10 dice here? I got 12 dice here. I need to go and get more dice. So I thought of that, right? So here's another 12 dice. So this is what my Gladiator Reaper tank fires. Holy shit, that's one of the worst rolls I've ever seen. That's actually a cocked dice, so I'll get that back. Look at how many ones I rolled. Against horde enemies, let's say if it's weak horde, these will hit. 3s will hit. If it's elites, then or mediums, then these will hit. If it's an elite army, then these will hit. I got 6 hits or 7 hits out of that, or I got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits out of it. Let's try that roll again. Gladiator Reaper. Fuck, I don't know. Here, I need to do real world examples, right? Okay. We're gonna be fighting mainly Joe and Alex. So if we do a little bit of reconnaissance, what is Joe's normal troops? Necron warriors, strength or toughness 4. Okay. He's got a few toughness 5. No, I'm not talking about pure horde. We don't have a pure horde army right now. Hundreds of models. No. The closest we have is probably my Imperial Guard. So warriors and immortals, so you're looking at 4, 5. But if you're talking about to hit, wait a minute, I don't need to be looking at the toughness. We're just simply talking about to hit, right? So to hit, you look at the weapon skill. The weapon skill of the blade of the Reaper is 3+. But then if you pump it full of damage, it loses shit. It goes down to 4 and 5+. So 3+. So we're firing at a squad of Joe's 10 Necron warriors. Here we go. Ballistic skill 3+. This is gone, 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 that's gone. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 hits against Joe's 10 Necrons. Now we need to roll the wound. My Gladiator Reaper is a strength 6 versus Joe's toughness, which is a strength 4. And I haven't done this enough to know what that is. You take shooting phase to hit wound roll. Here it is. If the strength is twice or more, 2+. If the strength is greater, 3+. If the strength is equal, 4+. If the strength is lower, 5+. If the strength is half or less, then 6+. So our strength is greater, so 3+. So let's do that example, 3+, with these many hits against his Necron warriors. Fuck. That's okay. It's okay. Damn. That's 6, 7 hits. So then Joe would say, okay, you gave me 7 wounds is the right terminology, right? 7 wounds. And the Necron warrior, so 7 of his models would die, but first, his Necron warriors have an armor save. A save of 4+. Oh, I love the smell of these books, yeah. So he just took 7 wounds. Let's just do... Let's just say Joe is rolling his... Let's use the green dice, because that's what Joe would be using for his Necrons. Okay, Angry Joe, you just gave me 7 wounds, so then I'll roll these. My AP -1, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. The Gladiator Reaper cannon has an armor piercing value of -1, which means it's Joe, instead of needing 4s, he's gonna need 5s. Wow, Joe did a good roll. Well, saved 3 Necrons, 4 Necrons go down. Blah. So he would have 6 Necrons remaining. That's a good, I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I thought I would have absolutely obliterated him. What are Guardsman toughness? Is this Guardsman toughness 3? Or Guardsman 4? So if they were Guardsmen, let's fire against Guardsmen. If the Imperial Guard dare look at the Space Marines wrong. So hitting on 3s, that's a good fucking roll. These Guardsmen are fucked. 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18 hits. And we double their toughness, so they are hit on a 2+, right? Yeah, they're hit on a 2+. Whew! I fucking rolled shit. That's okay. I lost six hits with these fucking ones. So if they were Guardsmen, I just gave the Guardsmen 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 wounds. Guardsmen usually in groups of 10. So now the Guardsmen would take the dice. Armor piercing 1, so their armor of 5 would go to 6. 2 saves. 4, 8, 10. I just wiped the whole Guardsman squad. So if I double their fucking toughness, I can wipe a squad. So I can wipe out some orcs, I can wipe some guardsmen. Now that's true. What's the range on that Gladiator Reaper? 30. That's basically the whole map in 9th edition. So that's 240 points. I can use the, I got Iron Hail, Heavy Stubber, a rocket pod, and auto launchers. I basically use my Reaper as like bait. Like, come get this thing, and then I'll smash them with everything else. Because they're scared of the 24 shots. No, Alex and Joe's lists are far behind. Joe doesn't even have a semblance of a list yet. We're waiting for models to come in to... Well, he does have a little bit of a list, but it's not done. Oh yeah, I expect Alex to go hard. I don't think Alex likes to lose. But I don't yet know if he's the type of person, if he loses too much, he's like, I don't want to play no more. Because he's not used to losing. I guess that would be anybody if they lose too much. So I don't want to play anymore. I guess not everybody. You could still enjoy the game if you fucking get smashed all the time. I would probably still enjoy it if I get smashed all the time. Okay, So, and we can swap armies, yeah. All right, so back to the list. I know that the Gladiator Reaper is not ideal for the points. It's a little on the expensive side for that point, for that. I know that. But it's more like I could get 2 Predator tanks out of it. But it's more like my impressive model. You know, that thing that you just kind of want. But I think it is a good thing. Well, see, we don't know if they're Horde, though. Alex is Nurgle Demons, his main army. Joe is Necrons. Necrons and Nurgle. Nurgle Demons may be a little more Horde than Necrons. But I don't really want to build my list to completely obliterate Joe and Alex, because then they'll never fucking win. So I'm not trying to tailor my list to their list. I'm just trying to tailor my list to being as powerful and as cool as possible. Oh shit. So we have to fix this and this. And we're 100 points over right now. So we need to save 100 points and decide between the Blade Guards or the Terminators. Six Blade Guards or 5 Terminators. Well, if I want to make it as fun as possible, Blade Guards start on the battlefield and they just walk around. And that's fine. You know, we have to consider who is walking around on the battlefield right now in my army. Well, like, am I fielding too little is kind of what I'm thinking. So no, I have 3 heroes. I got 3 HQs. Me, Alex, other Joe. Other Joe's on a bike. I have a full Space Marine squad. I have 2 heavy Space Marine squads. So I have 3 squads moving. I have a Dreadnought supporting them. I have some Eradicators behind them, and I have that Gladiator Reaper. So I think that's enough on the table. And I can either have a squad of Blade Guard veterans marching with them, or I can go with 2 Terminators that jump in. 2 squads of Terminators that go thump, thump, and then exactly where I need them. And just talking about it, I think I'm going to go with the 2 squads of Terminators, because that just gives me so much more flexibility to go thump, thump, and, you know, surprise somebody. Let me see if that is actually how the Terminators work. The Terminators have good strategy. Thank you, man. Making me feel like a good general. I do think I'm an all right general. It has I'm a good general. Teleport strike, 124 to 125, page 124 to 125, teleport strike. How exactly does this thing work? Teleport strike. Space Marine strike cruisers and battle barges contain Baroque chambers fitted with ancient technologies that can teleport the Angels of Death into the very heart of battle. During deployment, if every model in this unit has this ability, Terminators, then you can set up this unit in a teleportorium chamber instead of setting up on the battlefield. If you do, then in the reinforcement steps of one of your movement phases, you can set up this unit anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from enemy models. If that's the case, and they set up more than 9 inches away, they poured in, they move 5, so you have to have 4 inches to make up for. So the question is, can you move after you deep strike? Why didn't it say right there that you can't move after you deep strike? I didn't see any restrictions. Oh, okay. Reinforcements. It's built in because the reinforcements phase that they mentioned is what? At the end of the movement phase? I'm understanding. I understand. Charge. Fight. Making. Attacks. Shooting. Psychic. Transports. Reinforcements. Reinforcement units cannot make a normal move, an advanced move, an advance, a fallback, or remain stationary this turn. But you can still charge. So I would need to roll. I would need to roll. Why do I have to roll 2 dice to charge? Is it 2 dice to charge? Why? So here is my Terminator's poured in. How do charges work? Charge phase. An eligible unit is one that's within 12 inches of an enemy at the start of a charge phase. Units that have blah blah blah. No unit can unit from charging with a unit. So you can charge within 12. You can charge up to 12. Charge roll. 2d6. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because I am forced to set up 9 inches away, I have to at least hit a 9 on the die. Because you're not allowed to move any. So let's try it. So I go boof. Fail. I only go 4. Now, when you fail a charge, you can either not charge at all or go that 4 inches and stop. There, I hit it. 10. Can you spend command points to just re-roll this roll? 4, 5, 6, or a charge roll is always... Fail is a fail, you don't get to move at all. Okay. 1 CP to re-roll. So I failed again, 6. And then I wasted a CP, you have to accept the second result. So that's actually fucking hard. 7, plus 1 if I was like a Blood Angel successor chapter. So that would be 8 inches. 8 inches might be just enough, right? Because you have to be within what? You don't have to touch the model, right? You have to be within 2 inches to attack. Why do you have to roll a 9? That's just the way it is, Wolf Shark? Well, it's good to talk to you about this so that I can just get right into the game without having to look up every single little fucking thing. It's probably within the charge section. I know 9 for 9 inches, but do you need to be within a certain amount of inch to attack and to make the actual attacks after the charge? It's like, what do they determine as a successful charge? You have to charge the full amount because you're 9 inches away. To be in melee, you need to be within 1. You have to be more than 9 inches away, and you need to be within ½ an inch, so you need to roll a 9. So you're within that 1 inch, that last 9, so you have to just do 9. Okay, so here you go. I fail. I fail unless I was Blood Angels. I fail. I hit. I hit. I fail. All right, that's really hard. So, okay, so you're telling me basically I need to expect my assault Terminators to warp in, boom, and then just fucking advance. And next turn, I'm gonna fucking charge you. So they'll take 1 hail of gunfire from the enemy unit that they're potentially charging before they get into combat. A 9 out of 12 is literally a 25% chance. It's very low. Thank you, Think Live Life. I don't think I want Assault Terminators in that case. It might be good to go for Shooty. That's why melee Terminators are not that great. I just see a lot of people say that they are good, that they are great. And when you get them in there, they will fuck the enemy up. And Wolfshark, can you tell me about these 1+ rolls? Because Terminators are 2+ armor save. The Storm Shield gets them down to 1+ armor save. But how can you have a 1+ armor save? Because even if I roll a 1, I just saved. Well, I think an unmodified 1 is always a failure. So if, for example, I rolled a 2 and the enemy had an armor piercing, or no, if the enemy, no. I don't get it. So then what's the point in a 1+ armor save? There is none, right? Or is there an instance where a 1+ armor save actually benefits you? Right, okay, that's what I was thinking. I was going there next. If you're hit with a -1 armor weapon and you roll 2s, you go down to 1s, but I have a 1+ armor save on modified rolls, so 2s are saves. Right? And then say if I rolled 3 and they had an armor piercing, though that would still be a save. So no, go back to the 2 example. That would be correct. Okay, I understand now. Got it. Okay, so these Storm Shields are pretty sweet. So that makes them very, very tough to shoot. Yeah, they're gonna take some shots, but I could fucking save on a 2+. Ah! Well, this guy would take 2 wounds, but he'd still be alive. He'd still be alive. And then I would use the Apothecary, who would be nowhere near them because they're porting in. And he would need to be within 3 inches. So yeah, that doesn't work. Damn it. Okay, let's say that I had shooty Terminators instead, but let's say the Terminators do get into combat, and the Terminators are going to be doing with, let's just say they were all standard Thunder Hammers. Standard Thunder Hammer, they're going to do 3 attacks each, so a squad of 5 would have 15 attacks, which would be all the black dice and 5 red dice. And they would be strength 8s. So, and their weapon skill of 3, but then I would have to spend a point to make them hit on 3 instead of 4s. Normally they would hit on 4s, and I don't like that. I'm glad that we're rolling dice together and figuring it out. So they hit on 4s. Now their strength 8 weapons will crush Necron warriors, and I only really need a 2+. Are you fucking kidding me? 5 hits. Armor piercing 2. So the Necron warrior hit roll of 4 goes to a 6. The Necrons would save on a 6. 1 Necron is saved, 4 Necrons die. That is Assault Terminators. Well, we don't know what our successor chapter yet is, totally. So I wouldn't say that yet. Now, let's compare the Assault Terminators with shooty Terminators. And in this example, it looks like I have, let's see, is equipped with a Storm Bolter and a Power Sword. Every Terminator is equipped with a Storm Bolter and a Power Fist. So they can still do shit in combat. Power Fists are pretty good too. Don't forget Power Fists are, so if I want to get them in close combat, I could. So let's just look at the Storm Bolter. So Storm Bolter, Rapid Fire 2. Rapid Fire 2 means that, let's say I advance them or I move them and then they're within 2, meaning rapid fire weapons, if I have this right, double their attacks. So for each would get 4 if they were base Terminators. Am I right? If they were base Terminators and just had Storm Bolters and you were rapid firing in and assume they have Deep Strike, this is how many attacks they would have. That's a fuck ton of attacks. That's 8, 16, no. Yeah. Wow, that's like 20 attacks. Is that right? That seems like a lot of dice. That's if they're within 12 inches of you. So that's 20 dice. And then they charge after they attack? Is that true? And still get 16 attacks? Can you charge after you shoot? Holy fuck. Okay, let's just assume that they all have Storm Bolters, and I'm gonna fucking fire at Necron Warriors. They have a weapon skill of 3. So I got all these hits. Now here's the problem. The Storm Bolter is only a strength 4. So if they were, so 4 versus a 4 is a 4 to wound. So let's say the warriors are a 4. We have to roll 4s now. Ooh. Oh my God. I just gave you 9 wounds. The Stormbolters don't have any armor piercing, so Joe would take this 9. Other Joe would take that 9. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And he would be saving on 4s. Oh, Joe got a damn good roll. Fuck you, Joe. 3 of his Necron warriors would die. 3 out of 10. Yeah, the music might be a little loud. I gotta turn it down. It's loud in my ear, and I've been dealing with it. But I thought it was all right for you guys. Oh yeah, that's a little loud. My bad. We want to do something like that. Chat, you are so tolerant. Okay. And then, well, he's got a chance of regen later. Yeah. So fuck. So, okay. So then I can charge him. That was just normal storm bolters. Now I can fucking charge him. And then, you know, well, I could charge him later. But let's say I get into close enough range after shooting, and then I charge him. Now, each Terminator is going to have 2 attacks. With Power Fist, each time an attack is made with this weapon, subtract 1 from that attack's hit roll. Why? Fuck. Stupid. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. The sergeant is 3. Oh, and then I get an extra attack for everybody when I charge with Marines, right? So that's another 5. Oh, yeah. So how many is that? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 5. That's 16 attacks. Joe's... Look at this roll. Guys, can I use a command point and re-roll the entire attack? Or is it only a command point for one of the dice? Damn! I just put out the worst roll in the history of rolls. I only got 4 hits. But a Power Fist is AP -3, so Joe's roll of 4+ would go to 5, would go to 6, would go to 7, or he can always roll a 6. I think he can always roll a 6 because it's always a critical success. Oh, yeah, hold on. I got to roll. I forgot about the strength of the Power Fist, which is a ×2, which means it's a strength 8, so I double him. I hit all of my wounds. No, I don't, because I suck. So I only have 3 hits. So then Joe would save on 6s. So 3 more are dead. So I killed fucking 6 of them. Well, see, that's still pretty fucking good. 6 out of 10 Necrons. That unit is fucking crumpled. You know what I mean? And when you're a fucking unit of 4 Necron warriors against goddamn 5 Terminators, you're fucked anyway. So, And that was assuming that I just used base Terminators. These are not base Terminators. So what kind of Terminators would I get? Well, I would do an assault cannon for sure, which is a heavy of 6. But a heavy, you can't move and fire, right? I need to know what the heavy... And a heavy flamer like this guy is a heavy D6. So this would be 12 attacks. Then the Cyclone Missile Launcher. Heavy is -1 to hit on the move. Okay, that's not too bad. Cyclone Missile Launcher would be a heavy 2d6 for hordes or a heavy 2 for non-hordes. That Cyclone Missile Launcher is fucking sweet. I'm okay with that. Guys, I think 2 squads of shooty Terminators, not assault Terminators. After doing all that, you know. And it sucks because in the Blood Angels, I already have fucking Terminators. So I'm just duplicating my army again. God damn it. And that's kind of an argument for picking the Blade Guard veterans. But we just saw how the Blade Guard veterans, you know, yes, fucking, I don't know, man. 0 squads of Terminators sounds good. Wolf? No, fuck you, dude. Why? In 9th edition, objectives are so important, and you need to be able to fucking put your Marines in all areas of the board in addition to grabbing objectives, and that deep strike is so important. Blade Guard get free rerolls on 1s? No, isn't that only if they have an Ancient with them? A Blade Guard Ancient? You have to pay for that? Let me check. So Blade Guard are, I mean, ideally they're going to hit more often. No, there's nothing like that. Yeah, that's not true. If you have a Blade Guard Ancient and a each time a model add 1 to their hit roll. Master Crafted. Where's Master Craft? Master Crafted Power Sword. Is that what Master Crafted means? Where do I find that in the book, though? How am I supposed to know Master Crafted means? I don't see Master Crafted. Master Crafted. I want to see that rule first before I... I can't find... No, I don't think that's the case. I could be wrong. Guys, I can't answer a bunch of questions from chat. I'm actually trying to do something. We have to get this army completed by tonight. So I got to put my mind right here. If you talk to me about what I'm doing, we can get through this quicker, and we can answer questions. So Terminator Squad. I didn't see it on the sheet. You know, maybe it listed Mastercrafted at the first time it ever talks about Mastercrafted, which would be fucking stupid, but, you know, it can happen. I've seen that happen before, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't see Mastercrafted anywhere. We're gonna have to look it up. Mastercrafted 40K rule. Mastercrafted are a codex rule, not a rulebook rule. They usually allow you to re-roll one failed to hit roll for the weapon. For example, in Space Marine Codex, the full rules are on page 98, but that was in February of 2011. So it's probably in here somewhere. I just don't know what fucking page it's on. No, Wolf. We better figure out the actual rules, brah. Mastercrafted. Mastercrafted. Stratagems. It's not stratagems. Warlord traits. It's not that. It's not relics. It's not litanies. It's not disciplines. Fuck. Let's figure this out. Because this is the kind of stuff that will come up in games. All I see is bolter discipline. And I just see this master crafting. Okay, what if we go to the lists and we find Mastercrafted? Maybe it'll say something about Mastercrafted within the Mastercrafted section or within that line. So, for example, Mastercrafted Power Sword. No, it doesn't say anything. I think that's just a fucking word, bro. Rerolls was in 7th, my bad. It adds +1 to the weapon. Yeah, +1 to the weapon right here. Strength +1. Mastercrafted strength +1. It doesn't actually give it like some ability. I thought Mastercrafted would be an ability. Nah, it's just like strength +1 into the stat. Okay, so that was a wild tangent we wasted time on. But it's good to go through anyway, because, you know, you never know. You never know. Okay, so do we want Terminators? Right now, I would take these shooty Terminators over these assault Terminators right now. Now, is there something else in the Codex that I could use besides these Terminators? I could use the Blade Guard Veterans. The models are cooler. They're not as tough. They're newer. But I couldn't jump in. And I want that deep strike. What would you use instead of Terminators? Fuck. Why am I trying to find a replacement for Terminators? Would be the question. Just making sure. I could get more vehicles, but they don't have the deep strike. They don't count as core. They're not infantry. Those are all negatives. I think bikes would be good. I mean, if I want to fucking destroy people, I'll get the Invader ATVs, which are cheese right now, because you can bring them back with an apothecary with a full 8 wounds with 1 command point. But that's going to get fact. You're right, I could do more bikes. Alright, I guess I could do a dreadnought. Bikes will make me way more mobile, driving around all over the fucking place. Joe's on a bike, so he would be happy seeing other bikes around. To not go with any Terminators and to go with that. We could also do aggressors. Aggressors are like the new version kind of Terminators. An aggressor would give us 2 Firestorm gauntlets. Assault D6. What is assault? What is an assault weapon? Each time an attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits the target. What the fuck? Move and shoot. So you're looking at D6 per aggressor. You show up with fucking 6 aggressors. You're looking at 6 dice. So a unit of shooty aggressors show up. You got 6 dice. Why is it 12 dice? Oh, that's right. They have 2 each. So you're looking at fucking... You're looking at 12 attacks, but you have to get real close. You have to get 12 inches. So then you got 12 attacks that auto hit. So I've already hit you with 12 attacks. That's... I don't know if that's fun, but it's certainly nice to not have to roll those to hit. So now these are to wounds, right, already. So you're looking at 4 with a strength 4. They're 4 plus. Oh, that's not good. Now, is there a CP that would have given me +1 to wound? Yeah, hungry. I know that. They could have shot twice if they didn't move. They nerfed them, but this would be 5 hits. Or 5 wounds. If I use some kind of CP or chapter tactic where it adds 1 to their roll, then it would have been 5, you know, it would have been 5, 6, 7 hits. It's like, I don't know. It's like aggressors are Terminators without deep strike. And their armor, they're not quite as durable as Terminators. Okay, I need to stop looking for a reason to get rid of my Terminators because it seems like that's what I want. And this is how the game is balanced. Between Terminators and Blade Guard, the Blade Guard are going to hit more consistently and more often. We haven't run any Blade Guard examples. Let's run a Blade Guard example. So I'm going to run a Blade Guard example. We show up with Blade Guard. Their weapon skill of 3. They have 3 attacks, 4 attacks with the Sergeant. So you're looking at 3 attacks each Blade Guard, and we have 5 Blade Guard and 4 attacks for the Blade Guard Sergeant. And then are you telling me Marines get +1 attack for charging? So if I manage to charge them, I add 5 more. No, 1 more. I would add 6 more since there's 6 Blade Guard. Boom. Right? So we're looking at 3. We're looking at fucking 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 dice. So now you're looking at 25 dice on a weapon skill of 3. Right? So 25 dice. Damn. Those Blade Guard are kind of cool. Ah, god darn it. That's just like that Reaper cannon. And Blade Guard are faster, right? Yeah, they're 6 inches. So on a 3+, I missed all these. But you know, if the Chapter Master is near them, if Angry Joe is near the Blade Guard, well, if Angry Joe is near any of them, I can roll 1s. It's like to say this was me. I can re-roll 1s. Right? Because like I have this banner ability kind of thing. That just fucking sucked. I only got 1 more out of it, but whatever. At least there's 1 more. And then their Master Crafted would be a Strength 5, Armor Piercing 3, Damage 2. So they would need 3s to hit. Right? 3s to hit? Oh, that's a bad roll. But we still got 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dice with an armor piercing of fucking 3. Okay, chat, can you help me with this? So these are Blade Guard, and Blade Guard weapons do 2 damage. So 9 make it through, so the process for that would then be Joe would need to roll 9 dice with his Necrons. He wouldn't need to roll 18 dice to save. He would need to roll 9, right? So Joe rolls 9 dice, blocks all damage on 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 make it through his armor. And because each of these do 2 damage, that means that if Joe has a squad of 10 Necrons, they're wiped out. Because that's 12 damage right there that he failed to save. So I just wiped his fucking squad? No? Oh, the damage doesn't carry over? So if his Necron warriors were 2 wounds apiece, they would die. 6 models are hit with 2 damage. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see freely. I don't know, guys. Can those blade guards shoot? Blade guard is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol, master-crafted power sword, frag grenades and crag grenades, and a storm shield. So yeah, they got a pistol. So pathetic little, you know, 1 attack. It wouldn't be firing much. So you'd be rolling 6 dice. Three hits, 3 wounds. That's not too bad. And then you kind of soften them up, and then you charge them afterwards. Man, this is hard. List building is hard. Because I'm picking my forever army. I think I'm going to stick with the blade guards. And I buffed them with neo pistols. The question is, do I want to get rid of my assault marines, since now all of a sudden I don't really like assault marines? Or assault terminators. It'll change every time I play. Fuck. I'm not Blood Angels yet. I do have a Blood Angel army, though. So yeah, I guess I am Blood Angel. My God, this is so hard. Oh, shit. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell, dude. You know what? Here. Okay. No, Wolf Shark. I don't have my angry army. My angry army is being made to order. So we need to order. This is why I haven't gotten back to them in like 3 weeks. Because I don't know what the fuck to choose. Like, I got most of my list built. It's just these tiny last remaining fucking things. And they're all going to be fucking expertly painted. Like level fucking art 5, right? So in that case, the Blade Guard looks so fucking good. And they're way more elaborate than these Terminators that were released years ago. And I can always order more later. I can order more. I can, if I do want that deep strike shit and I see that I'm losing a lot of battles, not having the ability to port into all over the map. then I can just get the Terminators. But maybe for now, I'm getting rid of Terminators. You want to know why? Because I got Terminators already. I have a Blood Angel army with Terminators. I'll be using my Terminators in the Blood Angel army. The Angry Army will not have Terminators at release. If Terminators are just so undeniably good that I need to include them in the fucking Angry Army after I win tons and tons of fucking times, then I'll include them. Oh, thank you. 345 for subbing. Who was that? Chat. You gotta give that person thanks. It was Think Live Life. Thank you, man. Yeah, let's go all Primaris, right? Because they're the new hotness. You're so right, my friend. Okay, so we just saved a bit of point cost there. 875 plus 345. I'm glad we're doing this together, guys. Oh, we can just like have many minds tackle this. You are my fucking, you know, lieutenants and generals, and I am the commander, and we'll figure this out. So we just saved quite a bit there. And then let's say that we do go with 195 in fast attack. You're looking at 14. We're trying to get to 2014, and then I'm adding another fucking 500. So now you're looking at 1915. So we actually have 85 points to play with in that case. I was thinking about this blind fire team up. You team up a cheap land speeder with a whirlwind in the back, in your back row, to give that whirlwind some +1 to hit, kind of ignoring cover. It can already ignore cover, but it gets a -1. With that land speeder, it doesn't have to take that -1, and you can, but it's like, how much does a whirlwind really do? You're all putting it into the whirlwind. And for 200 points, 40 more points, we can get 2 gladiators. Fish legs. Let's not bother with the old line. Hungry, can you explain the stratagem a little bit? I like the Tech Marine and the Thunder Fire for blind fire over the whirlwind. My Vulcan Mega Bolter will make short work of that whirlwind. I agree. Yeah, that whirlwind will crumple pretty easy. So now we need. So we went down to 2 elites. I have 3 bikes. Can we get something for fucking 80 points? Ooh, Bat Meows. 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am facing Necrons and Nurgle. Nurgle demons. I'm facing Necrons, Nurgle demons, Tyranids, orcs, Space Marines. The stratagem is if a whirlwind hits an enemy unit with its attack, that unit cannot overwatch, set to defend, and must fight in the last fight phase called suppressing, or suppressing fire, right? Make sure to save your work and lose Batman's. Oh my god, epic battle incorporated. Okay, so we have 80 points to work with. Let's look in this fucking codex here. We could just like start buffing the shit that we already have even more, or we can find something cheap, if there even is a cheap ass model like that. Land speeders. Hellblast, nope. 80 points. You can do 90 points eliminators, 3 eliminators. We can get 2 more bikes and buff the bikes. That seems... Oh, you know what? That Invader ATV is 80 points exactly. That cheap-ass Invader. They're going to fack it. I don't want to buy something they're going to fucking debuff. And that fucking Invader looks like shit. If I ask them to like customize that Invader and make it look way better than it looks, maybe an ATV, drive around on a little ATV. I can get a land speeder with an assault cannon just to fucking mess with people. I can get a Judiciar, a Primaris Apothecary. That's exactly 80. I can do the Apothecary strategy. Fuck. Okay. Apothecary. Judiciar is only like if they got other characters that I want to kill. I can do an accompany ancient. Damn, man, I'm so tired. My eyes are about to give out. It's so blurry. Fuck. I can do a lieutenant. As it makes a unit fight last. Let's look at the Judiciar. It's a cool ass model too. I mean, thinking, you know, if I got space for it, like we'll have Godfoot or fucking, you know, Connor McLeod, some of these people that have really, you know, donated a lot to the show. You know, there's ways that we can just name all these models, and these individual models make some people look happy. Tech Marine? No, because maybe the Tech Marine can like buff. How much is a Tech or how much is a Tech Marine? What is a Tech Marine, guys? I must admit, having a few Apothecary in my claws does help a lot. How do you have a few? And you're running Iron Claws, you bastard. Everybody's fucking Iron Claws and fucking. And aren't they like the most over the best chapter tactic? Primaris Ancient. I don't want an ancient. I could do each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. I could have a Blade Guard Ancient following around the Blade Guard, and that would make them hit on 2s. Wow. 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 And he does the Astartes banner, like the banner of the Angry Army. Add 1 to the leadership, and before it's destroyed on a 4+, don't remove the model. It can, after it's finished making an attack, either shoot with one of its ranged weapons as if it was your shooting phase, or make 1 attack with one of its melee weapons as if it were a fight phase. Then after resolving these attacks, they are removed. Like they get 1 final attack out of, they get 1 final attack out of sequence. Oh, we got to get a Blade Guard we got to get a Blade Guard Ancient. So many. This is what makes Warhammer 40K super fascinating. Because I can either get a Blade Guard Ancient or 2 bikes and buff the squad of 5 bikes with some more weapons. Draconis, what is a Sigil of Mars? Wolf Sark, you would go with 2 bikes. Would you go with 2 bikes over 1 Blade Guard Ancient buffing your army? You've played more than me. I want to smash my enemies. Is there an apothecary on a fucking bike? You already have some characters that buff, right? The captains, yeah, that's true. We need even more buffing. We got to get that unit of 3 bikes up to par, right? That's what you're thinking? I'm thinking you might be right. Let's go look at the bikes again. Fast attack, bike, squad, 30 points a model. So I would be adding 60 points there. So we go 5 bikes. Joe is technically the 6th bike in the army because he's a Primaris chaplain. I might be driving Joe around with the Outriders to fucking smash people in the face. That sounds fucking cool. Right? So then, what is 5, the cost of 5 Outriders? So we're kind of 5 times 30. Well, hold on. No, that's not right. That's not right. Because then why did I put 135 there? Was that from something else? 60. Let's just assume I have 20 points left. Okay, so with these bikes, how do you buff bikes? Like, how do you take advantage of that? You have to pay for the weapons. Is 20 enough? No. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at bike squads. They're not 30 points a model. Fuck. They're outriders. Shit, they're 45 points a model. I can't have 5 outriders. Outriders are only 3. I was looking at the wrong motherfucking thing. That's why they were 135. Damn. Damn. Well, now I don't know. That throws everything for a freaking loop. I can get a scout squad. No! No! I can't even get a scout squad, no. I guess I could just kind of just buff the things that I have already, maybe, with that 90 points. That sounds like enough points to just buff the shit out of everything, like give all my people Neo Volkite pistols and this things and that things and this and that and blah 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 blah. Yeah. Hey, does the battle scribe doesn't have the new Space Marine shit in it though? All right, I think we did it. We're good. We got 3 Eradicators, 6 Eradicators, 1 Gladiator, 3 Outriders, 1 Dreadnought, 6 Blade Guard Veteran with 2 Neo pistols, Neo Volkite pistols. I could put in some more heavy intercessors, so they're like squads of 6 intercessors, right? So like, say for example, if I wanted to add one heavy intercessor into each, that would only be 60 points. But I didn't save anything with that. I don't know what you mean. Okay, we did it. By God, it's 4 in the morning. But you know what? I'm going to tell you what. We got to go through it one more time. Let's fucking squeeze out these goddamn points and fucking be completely done so I can send this fucking list away and be done with it. So my Primaris Captain, that's Angry Joe. If this model is not equipped with a mastercrafted power sword, its bolt pistol and mastercrafted auto bolt rifle can be replaced with one of the following: a plasma pistol and a power fist, a heavy pistol and 1 mastercrafted sword and 1 relic shield. No, I want the... If this model is equipped with either a mastercrafted bolt rifle or a mastercrafted stalker bolt rifle, it can be equipped with 1 mastercrafted power sword. What? Primaris Captain. What can he take? Primaris Captain. I can take a Comba Flamer, Lightning Claw, Power Axe, Power Fist, Relic Blade, Storm Shield, Thunder Hammer. No, I don't really need to spend any more points. And I can give him a fucking jump pack. Are you kidding me? I can give a Primaris Captain a jump pack? I don't even think you can model that. Wouldn't that make him a lot easier to get around the battlefield and use his aura? Wouldn't you want to do that? That seems like a really fucking... Oh, that's a regular captain I'm looking at. You're right. Captain... No? Primaris Captain. Oh. Okay, hold on. Relic Shield, Mastercrafted Power Sword, 115. Yeah, it's 115. I thought it comes with a bolt pistol and a Mastercrafted. One heavy bolt pistol. Fuck. So 90 plus 40 from me upgrading him. He's 130 plus 10 for the Relic Shield, 140 plus 5 for the Master Power, 145. I have him down as 135. All right. Wait, I don't need to give him the Relic Shield because when I take the Chief, the Chapter Master, he gets Angel Artifice, which is the bearer has a save characteristic of 2+. Oh no. We could do a 2+ plus a Relic Shield. Yeah, so he's got to be 145. One heavy bolt pistol. All right. That is set in stone. Next, setting in stone, Primaris Librarian. Let's buff Alex. Primaris Librarian. No, you can't buff him. 95 points. There's nothing to buff him with, except for upgrading his character into the Chief Librarian for 25 points. So 95 plus 25, 110, 100, right? 95 plus 25. Why did I say 115? I don't know why I did that before. It's a Primaris Librarian. 95 plus 25. Yeah, it's 120. Shit, I'm losing points. Haha. Set in stone. Primaris Chaplain on the bike. $115. Now, if I remember right, I can actually buff Joe, and I've been not buffing Joe because I didn't want to spend money, but I can buff Joe into the Master of Sanctity. Well, what does it give him, and is it worth it? It costs 25 points, the second most expensive thing. The model knows one additional litany. And if it's on the battlefield, it can recite one additional litany that it has not already been recited. Plus, it can, each time this, well, that's the Warlord trait. Warlord trait instead of, you can give Master of Sanctity and Emperors one. In addition, you can give them a Warlord trait instead of giving them another Warlord trait. Hey, can anybody help me with this in chat? Having 2 litanies is sweet. You need that? Well, what are these Warlord traits? Do you only get these if if you choose him as the Warlord, or because he's a hero, do we just get that Warlord? Because here's the Master of Sanctity. Like, I am the chapter master. So I'm going to get this Warlord trait, right? You only choose one character to be a Warlord. So unless my army was... This is like if your army was being led by a chaplain. So I ignore this because I'm always going to be on the battlefield. Don't do this. Just do this and this, the relic. Tell me to ignore the trait if Angry Joe is always going to be the Warlord. Because Angry Joe is always going to be the Warlord. That's what I was thinking. On page 103 stratagem, you can get additional Warlord traits. You just have to pay CP for them, right? I think that's what I remember seeing, and I was like, oh, shit. Hold up. I can get Wisdom of the Ancients, isn't it? No, it's, no, wait. I don't know. No. Hero of the Chapter. Yeah. For 1 CP, I can give, like, everybody a fucking Warlord trait. Damn. And it's just, do I want to spend the CP to get that specific Warlord trait? Each time this Warlord is selected to use the commanding oratory stratagem, that stratagem costs 1. I don't know what that's meaning. Does it make something cheaper or something? Or no, it makes something more expensive? I don't fucking know. Yeah, I know. The Masters haven't. Okay. So fuck it. You guys say he needs another litany. Because if you had 2 litanies, what litanies would you choose? Because it cost me 25 points. Do I really need 2 litanies? Because if I go and I look at the litanies, litanies of battle, we've got one that is, fuck. The litany of fire. Each time a model makes a ranged attack, add 1 to that attack's wound. Oh, that's fucking cool. Add 1 melee, ranged melee, add 1. Add 1 to priests. Or add 1 to your own shit. Each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. So there's hit, there's wound, there's melee wound. There's add 2 to charge rolls. Fuck. Hate is really good for charging units. Yeah. All right, we'll get 2 litanies. Joe's going to be a fucking badass. So that adds 25 points on to 115. So that's 140. Set in stone, baby. Set in stone, 105, 405. Basically a fourth of my army into headquarters, but it's worth it. So now, 9 intercessors, 10 intercessors, and 2 grenade launchers. Is that the correct cost? Let's go check. It's 20 points a model, so it'd be 200 points for 10 models. And then I chose grenade launcher, 2 grenade launchers, so that's 100. It's 210. Yep, that's correct. Set in stone. And we already we together did that one. 150, 150. So it's 300, 210, that's set in stone. So now we're looking at 915. At 1 variable dreadnought, which I think we can spend some points on to upgrade, but so can we do for Blade Guard veterans. Let's see what point value we are at, though. It feels so good right now that I'm so close to being done with the army. 915 plus 345. It's really coming together. 260 plus 135. Plus 500. What? That's not... Did I do my math right? 1915 plus 345 plus 135 for the bike, the 3 bikes. Now I'm getting even cheap. What? My HQ went up, but yet like my values are going down. I don't know what the fuck's going on. 6 Blade Guard. Let's double check these costs with the Blade Guard. Blade Guard Veterans. It's 35 points a model. 6 times 35. You're looking at 210. But if you want two Neo Volkite pistols, that's an extra 10 points. So it's actually 220 if I wanted two Neo not gonna give a fuck. Right? That's if I just wanted 2 there. So now you're looking at 355. And now you're looking at 270. The shields and swords are included, yes. The only upgrades for the Blade Guards are Neo Volkite pistols or plasma pistols. So they already come with that shit. So let's set that in stone. Let's not set it in stone. Let's just go to 1270 plus 135. That's 405 plus 500. That's 19. You're joking. Now all of a sudden I have I can't do this. I'm so tired. 90. No, we need to finish. Fuck! I keep getting points awarded to me. Help me. Oh, god damn it. I'm doing it right. I am doing it right. I can do math at 4 in the morning. Just trust me. Trust your numbers, Joe. It's fine. It's fine. So I have 95 points left. I used to paint. I don't paint anymore. I'm Angry Joe. I don't have time to paint, unfortunately. But I will touch up some of my models that have already been painted if they need touch ups. When I was younger, I did all my painting. All right, so I'm trusting my math. And yeah, we'll just buff the shit out of some more fucking shit. Fuck. Well, now I'm thinking if I debuff some of the things that I buffed, now I can get Primaris Chaplain on a bike with Master of Sanctity. Can't forget that. That's what made him 140. That's not how you spell sanctity. But I want these upgrades. I want those upgrades, so I'm not willing to change that. I am willing to knock off 10 points, but it's just 10 points, so who gives a fucking shit? And I've already set in stone the multi-meltas. I'm already all options on the Gladiator. I'm already set in stone on the Eradicators. Wait a minute. Can I have more than 3 Eradicators? No, right? Eradicators. 2 to 5 Eradicators. Eradicate. Eradicate. 40 points a model. Hungry, how do you do that? Isn't that cheating? They start as a unit of 6, and now you're getting 2 once the battle starts. Well, what if like you had only 3 heavy slots and you bring in all eradicators at 6 apiece, and then you split them up. Now you have 6 eradicators, so you have 6 heavy slots. That's fucking crazy. You can have 6 of these. Fucking. Is there some way to just do eradicator spam? Or is there like something against, like, let's say, if you can only take 3 heavies, you go 6 eradicators, 6 eradicators, 6 eradicators. You're 18 eradicators. And then when you're in battle, you split those 18 eradicators into 6 squads. So you can do that, but you'd be spamming like a motherfucker, and people would be like, come on, man. I know you're trying to eradicate me, but this is, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I know. I could play cheese, but I don't want to play cheese because not only will it look like cheese in the videos, but people will be like, why are you playing like cheese? You know, you're just playing amongst friends. Why are you going with fucking 18 eradicators? But in any case, I think I can squeeze 2 more eradicators out so that I can have 8 eradicators at the beginning of the game. And since they're the better ones right now, I think that's what I'll do. So I'll do 3 eradicators with 1 sergeant, so you're looking at 8 eradicators. Each eradicator is 40 points, so I just added 80 points. So I'll add 40 here, and I'll add 40 here, and I'll add 80 here, and I'll add 80 here, and that leaves me with 15 points left. And I can get more Neo pistols to the Blade Guard, or give the Vulnerable Dreadnought something that he doesn't have. So the Vulnerable Dreadnought is base right now. Let's go look at what's best for him on page 161. So a Vulnerable Dreadnought comes with an Assault Cannon, a Storm Bolter, and a Dreadnought Combat Weapon. This model's Dreadnought's Combat Weapon and Storm Bolter can be replaced with a Missile Launcher, a Dreadnought Combat Weapon, and a Heavy Flamer. This model is from the Space Wolves. It can get a Great Wolf Claw. If this model is Space Wolves, it can get that. Can I get a different kind of Dreadnought, like an Ironclad or a Redemptor? Can I, for 15 points? Probably not. Let me see the different Dreadnoughts. I mean, the Dreadnoughts are probably not, you know, 5 points for... I can get an Ironclad. It's up to me whether I'm going to go Vulnerable or Ironclad. Vulnerable, Twin Las Cannon, 20 points. Wait, what? How does the Vulnerable get a las cannon if on its page it never really says you can do that? Oh, The model's assault cannon can be replaced with one weapon from the Dreadnought weapon list. Okay. So where's the Dreadnought weapon list? Oh, it was the thing I was looking at, which is a heavy flamer, a Hellfrost cannon, a multi-melter, or a twin las cannon. So you would just go with a twin las cannon. And then you can go with a missile launcher. Twin las cannon and a missile launcher. Well, that's 20 points. Twin las cannon is already 20 points, and that's 5 over what I need. But is the twin las cannon on the Variable Dreadnought worth it? Well, we would magnetize this because the assault cannon is a heavy 6, strength 6, -1, 1 damage, and the twin las cannon is more like anti-tank. Twin las cannon heavy 2, so it's 2 dice, but 9 strength, a -3 d6, 48, 24. I'm gonna do it. Twin las cannon. Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. I'm tired as fuck. But we're done. We're almost done here. A Variable has a 2+ ballistic skill, bro? Oh, no fucking way, dude. Dude, we just made the fucking most powerful fucking... We just made the most powerful fucking Space Marine force in the universe! You're right, weapon skill 2, so you definitely want to give that shit. Variable Dreadnought with twin las cannon. And fuck, if you can squeeze the missile launcher in there, since it has a 2+, wouldn't you want to do that? What is the missile launcher? Well, you could choose your frag, or you could choose your crack. You want crack missile launcher? Fuck, I need it. I need it. I want it. I need it. I want it on the Variable Dreadnought, boy. Then make that boy a big boy. Wait, it doesn't cost to get the missile launcher. It just costs to get the twin las cannon, 161. I'm giving up the storm bolter and the close combat weapon for the missile launcher, right? Yeah. This model's Dreadnought combat weapon and storm bolter can be replaced with a missile launcher. So, like, he's not, if you don't want him to get in close combat, he is a save 3. Each time an attack is located, subtract 1 from the damage of that attack. What do you think? A shooty Dreadnought or a assault Dreadnought? Probably a shooty. More anti-tank. Because he's got the las cannon. He's an anti-tank. Shooty, alright. With twin las cannon and missile launcher. So we're going to need to take points from somebody. Oh, no, we don't need to take points from missile launcher. It was a +20 for this. So that is 55. That would be 75. This would be 80. This would be 25. And this would be 2005. We need to subtract 5 points. And I think a Neo pistol is 5 points. So if I delete one of the Neo pistols, we will have hit 2,000 exactly, and we are fucking complete with the Angry Army Neo Volkite. So this would be 15. This would be 370. This would be 275. This would be 1420. And this would be 2000. We did it. The angry army is nearly complete. There is one final choice. That is our successor, our chapter. Who are we the successor chapter of? Okay. Well, if we look at the page of abilities and read them one last time, knowing the army that we have built now, okay. Dark Angels. Each time a model with this tactic makes an attack, unless that model's unit has moved, add 1 to the attack hits roll. That is one of the most powerful abilities, but you can't move. And I like to stay on the move. So I'm going to say no to Dark Angels. I'm not even going to read their second one. It's basically combat attrition, automatically passed. White Scars. Units with this are eligible to declare a charge within the turn that they advanced. Well, we don't really have... That would really only benefit our Blade Guard and our Outrider bikes. What other close combat stuff do we have? That's really it. Oh, my Terminator assaults. Oh, fuck. We fucking forgot. This isn't the angry army. Hold on, let's pick the fight. Well, no, I don't fucking know. You fucking go, you fuckers. You fuckers. I'm delirious at 5 in the morning. I'm delirious. Okay, hold on. So not White Scars. Models with this tactic do not suffer penalty to their hit rolls after firing assault weapons. Space Wolves, that is basically heroic intervention, add 1 to that hit roll, and all people can heroic intervention. Siege Masters, no. Crimson Fists. Each time a model with this tactic makes a ranged attack against a unit that contained at least 5 or more, well, that's definitely Nurgle. That's definitely Necron. Add 1 to that attack hit. And vehicles count as more than 5. Each time a model with his tactics makes an attack with a bolt weapon, and I got tons of bolt weapons. We got 3 squads, maybe even more than that. An unmodified roll of 6 scores 1 additional hit. Oh shit, Crimson Fists. Sounds really good. Black Templars, no. Blood Angels, no. I already have a Blood Angel army. Flesh Terrors, no. I already have a Blood Angels army. Iron Hands. Each time a model with this tactic loses a wound, roll. On a 6, you're not lost. Huh. Each time a tactic can change or suffer damage, consider double the number of wounds remaining. Well, I only have 1 vehicle that matters, so no. 6s are hard to roll. I don't want to have to wait to roll 6s. No, I think I might. Crimson Fist sound the best so far. Ultramarines, add 1 to the leadership of the models with this tactic. Units with this tactic are eligible to shoot in the turn in which they fell back. If they do, -1. That's pretty good, but I don't want to be doing a lot of falling back. Yeah, that's very strong. I will give it that. Salamanders. Each time a unit with this tactic is selected to shoot or fight, you can reroll one of the dice. That's pretty cool, but with so many dice, I don't really think I give a shit. And I've already got buffs and auras all around my army. The second part of it is each time an attack with an armor penetration of -1 is allocated to a model with this tactic, that is 0 instead. So salamanders are tougher. That is pretty cool. I think Nurgle and Necron and Orcs, they all have a lot of -1. That might be the most powerful one in the fucking game, right? Shit. That's what makes them powerful. It's between Crimson Fists and Salamanders right now. Nah, I pass on the Ultra, my friend. I think I'm definitely passing on Ultra. Raven Guard, you're talking about benefits of cover, more than 12 away. No. Death Watch against Xenos, nah. Hungry? What are you talking about? And then I already went through the successor chapters where you create your own. I would rather stick with either the Crimson Fists or the Salamanders. So we've narrowed it down to 2. We've definitely narrowed it down to 2. Where is the music? Aha. Okay. So let's go back to the list. I thought we had it all done, but there's one unit that I think is wacky. So I'm going to say no to White Scars. I'm going to say no to Blood Angels. I'm going to say no to Iron Hands. I wish if I had more vehicles, I would do Iron Hands. I don't really... the successors are less powerful than the Crimson Fists and the Salamanders. So it's between those two. Now, we've set those in stone. We've set those in stone, but... Oh! What? Oh, it's from an older list. No wonder that shit was confusing me. We did mark everything correctly. Okay. We're good. We're good, right? We're good. Okay, so we're good. Now we just need to pick the fucking chapter, bruh. Oh, man, it's a tough-ass choice. Well, let me read them. Let me read their flavor. Salamanders, forged in battle. To the salamanders, war is the anvil upon which their strength is wrought. Every battle a test to which to prove themselves in the superior craftsmanships of their weapons and armor. Crimson Fist. Salamanders are forced into battle. No, forged in battle. Ugh. Crimson Fist, no matter the odds. Even when faced with seemingly insurmountable odds, the Crimson Fists emerge bloodied but victorious with bolters roaring. If you're going for flamers, go salamanders. Otherwise, go fists. You're right. Why do salamanders have such a... Why do you say that? Do they have more special rules with flamers, or you're just saying... You're just saying... that because it fits their lore. I'm leaning Crimson Fists. That just... I like the idea that I add 1 to my attack hit roll. And we did go a little more shooty. And we did, and then rolling 6s. You know what? I'm going fists. You want to know why? For the sole reason that 6s are important, or 6s are extra fancy. And guys, I'm happy to announce that we are getting custom Angry Joe Army, the Angry Army dice. We're getting custom dice. So they're going to be wings or the diamond symbol. That just sets off the whole thing. If I'm looking for 6s, I'll immediately be reminded 1 additional hit. That's it. We did it. We are the Crimson Fists. We will rule the galaxy with a red fist. We will fist our enemies. Now, we're a successor chapter, so we don't really, you know, we don't even need to fucking pay tribute to the fists. We are our own fucking chapter, but we did it. Angry Joe's fighting fists. I love it. The chapter name, still don't know. Rage Marines. Angry Marines, but they're already Angry Marines, but it's just our Angry Marines. Angry Marines, not the meme, or a spin-off of the Angry Marines, which are also a spin-off of the Crimson Fist now in my lore, or Legio Eratus. Or is it Eratus Legio? There's also the Angry Legion. And I think those are the top names. Imperial Fist supplement. Alrighty, I will. Thank you for... Chat, between these 4, what do you like? Angry Legion sounds good and strong. Angry Legion, I guess. Angry Marines. Legio Eratus, a.k.a. Angry Legion. You kind of get them both there. Angry Legion, Angry Legion. Probably Angry Legion. Far enough from the meme, but close enough. The Legio one. Angry Legion, Angry Rage Marines. Angry Legion sounds best of those. For me, it's Angry Marines and Angry Legion. Crimson Rage, Legio Eratus. Angry Marines are already a thing. Angry Legion, Angry Legion, Angry Marines. Angry Marines are already a thing, and we know they are. But we are actually a spin-off chapter of the Angry Marines. So as a spin-off chapter of the Angry Marines, I'm going to delete Angry Marines because they're already a thing. But our chapter spins off of the Angry Marines. But we have the chapter tactics of the Crimson Fists. because I'm going to make my Marines as crazy as the Angry Marines. They're going to have fuck you written all over their armor. They're going to like be flicking you off. They're going to go crazy above. They're going to have just shit going everywhere. So in that sense, the Rage Marines, but Rage, I don't know. Rage Marines. It's like, Rage is more like the brothers to the Angry Marines. So you like Angry Marines and Rage Marines, but Rage, I don't know, Rage Against the Machine or Rage like a little emo kid, or I don't, or you're just raging, but Angry Legion, Legio Oratis. But with this one, you get both names. And I think most of you guys pick that one. Marines, yeah. Yeah, all right. I think we did it. I think we did it. I mean, I'll probably still do a poll and see if Rage Marines manages to jump ahead, and then I'll have to seriously consider it. But I think on this stream, we fucking nailed everything out. Angry Legion. And the best song. Oh, no. No, the fact that when I said that, my favorite 40K song came on. How'd you got this soap from a lady? Where'd you get this soap from a lady? How'd you got this soap from a lady? All right, that's it, y'all. Let me turn this up so that you can hear a little bit. How'd you got this soap from a lady? Yeah! I like the fists. We're gonna fist all of our enemies across the galaxy. The Angry Legion has been formed. Good night, my proud soldiers and Marines.